So find this problem on the very back page. We're actually going to do the back and then work our way towards the middle again. Whenever we're finding the volume of a prism, what was the volume formula? Yep, area of the base times the height of the object. Go ahead and take your highlighter and highlight the base. What is the shape of the base here? The trapezoid. So what is the area formula for a trapezoid? Times h. Perfect. So at this point, you're only looking at the trapezoid. You're not looking at anything else. What are the two bases of this trapezoid? 4 and 7. What do the two bases of the trapezoid have to be? Starts with a P. Parallel. So 4 and 7. What is the height of the trapezoid only? 3. So we do 1/2. What is 7 plus 4? 11. What's 11 times 3? 33. What is half of 33? 16.5. Times the height of the object. So what is the total height that's pushing apart the two trapezoids? 13. What is 16.5 times 13? 214.5. And that would be meters cubed. Yes, sir.
So, if we would have 11.
Yeah, you get the same answer. I could just do half of 33 in my head. I couldn't do. Well, I could do half of that. It's 5 1/2. But then 5 1/2 times 3 would have just been annoying. That's all. But it's multiplication, so it doesn't matter which one you multiply first. All right, we are going to do the composite. So we have two objects. We're going to find the volume of both, and then what do we think we're going to do with the volume after that? Add them up. So we're going to find the volume of the top with the same formula we've been doing. Volume equals the area of the base times the height of the object. So you're going to pick a base off of the first rectangle. So do we want the top and the bottom, the left and the right, the front and the back? What do we think? Just pick one. Sure, top and the bottom. So we're going to find the area of the base. What is the area formula for a rectangle? Length times width. What is the length and the width of the rectangle that we have right now? 4 and 2, yeah. Because this bottom one, the length is 2, the top one is as well. They're going to be the same. So 4 times 2, which is 8, times the height of the object. So the height is what pushes those two apart. So what do we think the height is? 1. So the volume of the top is 8 centimeters cubed. Now we find the volume of the bottom. We're going to do the same way. Area of the base times the area of the base times the height of the object. So which one do we want to call the base? Which of the squares, rectangles? She said the bottom. That's fine. If we did the bottom and the top, you could also do the right and left. It's fine. Area equals length times width. What is the length and the width of the bottom? 9 and 7. 9 times 7 is 63. 63 times the height of the object. What is the height? 5. So 63 times 5 is 315 centimeters cubed. So this was the volume at the top, 8, and the volume at the bottom was 315. What did we decide we were going to do with those? We're going to add them. Add them together and we get 323 centimeters cubed. That's the answer. We're going to flip to the inside. Are there any questions over this one? All right. So in this set of instructions, we're actually going to find something other than the volume. We're going to find the height of a cylinder with a base of 8 inches and a volume of 2010 cubic inches. So something that you could do to make this easier, instead of writing area of the base, you'll actually plug in the area formula for whatever shape it is. So I would write that down. So instead of putting the area of the basin, you're going to plug in whatever the area formula is. So if we have a cylinder, it says find the height of a cylinder with a base radius of 8 inches and a volume of 2010. So we have a cylinder. What will the area formula be for a cylinder, for the base of a cylinder? Pi r squared. Because what does the base of a cylinder look like? A circle. And then what do we use to represent the height of an object? What could we use? H. So we're going to use this and plug in all that we know. Do we know the volume of this object?
No. Yes.
Yes. What is it? Yeah, 2010. Equals pi times the radius. What is the radius? 8 squared, and then times the height. So all we're doing, the goal is to find the height. From here, we're going to just do some math. What is 8 squared? 64. So we're going to have 2010 equals, what is 3.14 times 64? 200.96. Then times h. How do we finish getting h by itself? Divide by 200.96. So what does the height equal? 10. 10 inches. Why wasn't it inches cubed? Yeah, it's just height. We're going to look at the bottom of the page. We have 2 pictures, but we're going to do the same thing. Find the missing dimension of the prism or cylinder. We're going to use the same volume formula, but we're going to plug in the area formula for the base. So what shape is the base? Pick one. They're all rectangles, so let's pick a rectangle to make our base.
18.
And? Sure, so you're saying the bottom. Sure. So what is the area formula for a rectangle? Length times width. So volume will equal length times width times, we'll call it still the height of the object. Do we know the volume here? Yes, what is it? Yeah, 661.5. What is the length and the width of our rectangle? 18 and y. And then times the height of the whole object. What is the height of the whole object? 3.5. So we get 661.5. What is 18 times 3.5? 63, and then y. What do we do to finish the problem? Divide by 63. So what do we get? Final answer. 10.5, and it'll be centimeters. All right, last one of these. We're going to do the cylinder again. Volume equals area of the base times the height of the object. So what is the area of the base formula here? Jamari, what are we going to plug in for the area of the base? No. What is the formula? What is the shape of the base in this picture? Yes, that is the whole shape. So what is the shape of the base only? A circle. So what's the area formula for a circle? So we're going to plug in pi r squared times the height of the whole object. Noah, what's the volume? 75.36. Be ready to answer all my questions. Hopefully you have a calculator out. Equals pi. Do we know the radius, Noah? Nope. So you can plug in the letter P like they have, or you can keep it in R. Do we know the height, Noah? We do. It's 6. Do you have a calculator out? Okay. So we're going to multiply. Go ahead and multiply for me pi times 6. What do we get?
We get
18.84 r squared. All right, so what do we do next, y'all? Divide by 18.84. No, what do we get when we divide by 18.84? Perfect. Take the square root. What is the square root of 4? 2. So the radius is 2 inches. All right, the last thing we do together is over similar solids. It's in the center of this page. So with similar solids, we used to do this with area. We're going to do the same thing. If you remember the area formula, it was side 1 over side 2. And then what did we do with those two things? We squared them. So what do we think we're going to do here instead of squaring? Cubing it. So it's going to be the same exact thing. So we're going to write down that formula. So we're going to do the side from the first over side from the second, cubed, equals the volume from the first over the volume from the second. What is the side from the first shape that we're given? 3. What's the side from the second? 6. The volume from the first, 45 pi. I want you to pause. Think this through. Do we have the pi button? No. So will 45 pi help me right here? No. So we might as well already multiply it. What is 45 times 3.14? 141.3. Over the volume of the second. Do we know the volume of the second? No. So I'm going to put a V. Next, we're going to cube. You cube it just like we always have, like the squaring. You cube the top and you cube the bottom. So what is 3 times 3 times 3? You didn't cube. 27. What is 6 times 6 times 6? 216. So you should not have cross multiplied yet because we had to cube first. Cross multiply, we get 27v. What is 216 times 141.3? Perfect. Divide by 27. 1,130.4 centimeters cubed. That's it.